Welcome to the studio. It's Froyle here. I'm pretty excited today because I still have my big gel plate out on the table, and today we're not using a brayer. So what are we going to use? Well, you're just going to have to join me to find out. Right, so I have my 20 by 16 inch massive big gel elf plate. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so perfect and clean because I've only used it once, and that was last week when I was doing the printing. Now, we're not using a brayer today, so what are we going to do to roll out the paint to pull our prints? Well, this was actually Libby's idea, so if it all goes to custard, it's going to be her fault. I've pulled out my silicone tools. We're going to be using these, creating some beautiful prints, splashing some more fluid paint around. I might pull out some sprays, or maybe even some gelatos. Have a bit of fun. Let's see what beautiful prints we can make. It's going to be a little experimental, some very mixed media techniques, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm thinking of starting with some fluid paint, quinacridone violet by beautiful golden paints. Oh, that reminds me, if you want to watch more of my fluid art paintings, I've started a brand new YouTube channel. I know, I do get a little obsessive with my ideas, and I was heading down a rabbit hole pretty deep with the experiments that I was doing, completely loving it. So I've started a brand new channel, Froyle Art Fluid. Come and join me there. I would so love that because, as I said, it's a brand new channel and I need your support. We're going to be creating incredibly beautiful abstract paintings with lots of fluid art techniques, lots of experimenting at the moment. A few oopsies are happening, but it's a whole lot of fun and I'm really enjoying the process. Now, while I've been chatting, I've put some fluid paint on the plate, and I'm going to just move it around with one of these fabulous silicone tools. No, I can't remember where I got it from. Maybe off Amazon, probably. Look at that. That's actually really fun. I don't know how this paint is going to react with the fluid paint because I haven't used it before for this kind of thing, and this gel elf plate for me is absolutely brand new. So we're going to see how well this plate copes with all of this beautiful fluid painting. It will probably bead up to start with because all brand new plates do that. Even the Gelli Arts ones, they bead up when you first start working on them until you've actually created quite a few prints. But that's okay because we're just going to create some beautiful color and some amazing textures. Look at that. I really like that. Now, I'm not going to wait for it to dry and then pull a print because we'll be here until tomorrow. I'm going to just pull some prints onto some thick paper. I'm thinking probably the Chinese rice paper would absorb this paint up really well. Man, the size of this plate's amazing. I absolutely love it. What about some inks? Do you think that would work? I don't know. But let's give it a try. Oh, got some beautiful bronze here. Let's put some of that on the plate. I mean, the sheer size of the plate is so much fun. Right, putting on some bronze. We're moving that around. Now that is very, very fluid. That one is an ink. I'm thinking what we might need to do is to do a few layers on the paper and build up the print that way. Now, this Chinese rice paper is very absorbent and it's going to suck up all of this beautiful paint, but it's not going to be strong enough to resist the plate and pull the print off. So it's more a process of absorbing the paint than actually pulling prints off. So I'm thinking, it's going to be beautiful, that we could actually do a few layers on the plate using these prints. Look at that. It's just going to create the most interesting textures. Where am I going to put it? Oh man. And then I also have some of the Japanese sketch rice paper pad that will probably pick up more of the paint than what these papers that absorb it. But oh, I am loving that. And then when I'm finished playing with absorbing the paint, let's let what's left on the plate dry and pull that print. We might have to cheat and use the Brayer for that one because we've got to pull the ghost print. That will look absolutely amazing. Oh man, so much fun. Look at the textures in that. I'm loving it. What other colors do we want? We definitely want some other colors. So I think I might have to go and have a rummage. I'm going to do another layer on those papers when they dry off just a little, because I think it's a great idea to build up those colors and marks. This is a fabulous way to create mark making and have a whole heap of prints on the go at once. I love that. Just a little bit, I love it. Right, I'm going to put some more of the fluid paint on in magenta, and I've got some, oh man, not much copper left in the golden fluid paint. Beautiful. What about we pull out some lumiere. Even the sound of it is amazing. Now, these are also fluid paints. I absolutely love the metallic bronze in this, although it's thickened up quite considerably in the jar, which is going to work for me today because look how much thicker it is on the plate. Yes. Let's get that on. That's going to be beautiful because it's not going to bubble up and go all beady on me. Oh, man. That's fantastic. That's going to create a really nice layer. Man, things are going to get messy fast, I tell you. Oh, Lumiere again. Lumiere. Halo Violet Gold. Oh, absolutely magnificent color. Let's put some of that on the plate right near the beautiful golden copper. Oh, magnificent, opulent colors. Look at them. And they're not beading up, which means you can take a better print. Although I do still like the idea of using the Chinese rice paper to absorb the paint rather than pulling an actual print. But we can do both, man. We can do all of the above. Let's add some more Lumiere down here. And of course, what's sticking to the plate will be able to pull up at the end print with the fabulous ghost print. Oh man, that's going to be beautiful. Look at these colors. Loving this. What about if we just throw on a little bit of gold? Everything's always better with gold. Little bit of crimson up there. Loving it, loving it. And we'll put the rice paper on here, absorb some of this, pull this print. Oopsies. I think this one's going to work better than the first one because it's got thicker paint on it, so it's probably going to pull up more. This is my Japanese sketch pad rice paper that I use all the time for jelly printing. Let's put that one on there and see how that pulls up. What are we going to do about the bottom? We'll just leave it this time and we'll pick it up next time. So that should have absorbed up the paint beautifully. Let's see what we've got. Yes, loving these colors. Of course I do. They're rich and opulent. So I'm going to leave that just like that, and then we're going to come back and add to this. We could add some sprays or some stencils or some stamping or another layer or more paint. There's so many options for what we can do with these prints. That one's looking rather beautiful too. Look at those colors. We can fill in those blanks with another layer, or we can add some sprays to it. Now I've got some Dina Wakley acrylic gloss. What about if we just went like, hello, like that? That fills in the blanks really quick and really easy. This one won't even need another layer. What about some in ruby? Oh yeah, that's a nice color too. Loving that color. So that's one option that you can do to add to the prints. Of course, I'd love to see some gold on this. Hold the phone caller. We need some bronze shimmer. What about just a little of the Izinks bronze shimmer? Oh, my favorite. Oh, maybe we should pull out the gold spray paint. I was using that the other day. It's so much fun. Look at that. That's beautiful. I think I'm going to have to move that one to the floor. Okay, so I pulled the paper off and it's got a little bit of the rice paper stuck on the plate. Like I said, it's a very absorbent paper. And this layer of the paint seems to be drying pretty quick, which is pretty fun because, yes, it's going to be a huge, massive ghost print pull when we pull it up. So I'm thinking, let's just keep going. That's what I'm thinking. Let's add some more on here, build up some layers, pull a few more prints, throw some more paint around, and let's see what we can create with these beautiful colors. Now, I had this out the other day. I was both spraying papers for collage for my Skillshare class, and then I sprayed it on one of my paintings in my fluid art obsession. Because it does say it's compatible with acrylics. It's a water-based spray paint from Liquitex. This is the antique gold. It's an absolutely fabulous color, of course. And I've never actually sprayed it on the gel plate, but it's water-based and it says compatible with acrylics. And this is, oops, all acrylic paint. So what do you think? Do you think it'll come off? Oh man, yes, I know I could get a little crazy with it. Absolutely, you better take it off me. It does say low odor, but if you are susceptible to the smells of different products, you might want to wear a mask and have a very ventilated room. But look at how it's affecting the beautiful paint coverage on my plate. Yes, I know. Just a little bit more. Okay, a lot more. Put it away. I put it away. Now, I think I'm going to use the sketch pad rice paper to soak up this lot because it's a lot stronger than the rice paper. And I'm thinking we might need a little bit more body to this paper. And push it on, absorb some of that beautiful color, all water-based. Few different types of paint. We have fluid, golden fluid acrylics, and we have the acrylic spray paint of Dina Wakley, and we have some of the high flow because I was just pulling it all out of my cupboard, basically. Doesn't last forever. You've got to get it out and you've got to use it. And don't forget the Lumiere. Oh, that's so beautiful. It is a little messy, but it is a whole lot of fun. Okay, better get them off, pick them up, see what they've done. Look at that, beautiful colors. Now, what I'm going to do next is I think I might let the paint layer actually dry on the plate, and then we'll see if we can pick it up. We'll see if we can pick up a ghost print with all of those different types of acrylic paint on the plate. Where's my spray? Oh, yeah, baby. It's in there. You can see little tinges of iridescent gold spray paint. That's really fun. I don't know about using enamel spray paint, but you know, the acrylic one, the Liquitex do say it's compatible. So I'm just seeing if that's really truthful or not. Right, that was a whole lot of fun. I could probably do that 10 more times, but I think I'll just let that plate dry. And we're going to use a brayer just once because I need to roll on some paint to pull all this up. Okay, one time using the brayer just to get the ghost print. And then I think what we'll do is have a look at how the prints have turned out and maybe add some little bits and pieces to them because they're looking rather beautiful. Just before I wait for it to dry, I might just have a little spray. It's an experiment. I want to see if this paint will actually pull up off the plate, or if my plate's going to be gold forever. Don't you think it's a good experiment? I do. Don't you want to know? So I've put the spray paint in a couple of places where I can see the gel plate where there's no paint, and we'll see whether or not it actually comes off. Right, so this paint layer on the plate is now just dry enough to put the wet layer on to pull this print, what's left of the paint and the ghost print, and don't forget the spray paint. So I'm thinking I might do something a little risky, perhaps using a cobalt teal, which is complete contrast of color, because I want to see the texture of how the spray paint impacted the plate, and it's got a lot of bronze and golds and coppers, so it will be a complete contrast, and then I'll be able to see all of the fabulous textures there that are on there. Now, I may regret my decision. It's quite possible. But it's only a gel print. It'll be all right. Oh, man, look at that colour. Oh, that's just beautiful. It'll be all right. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But you'll be able to say, nah, I shouldn't have used that colour. I'm going to put quite a good layer of paint on because it's going to need to really stick the layers that are on there to the paper. So you can't, be too thin on this layer because you want it to pull up all of those beautiful prints. Right, I've run out down there. Maybe I'll put a bit of bronze on the bottom. You see, I'm feeling chicken now. I'm putting a little bit of the bronze on the bottom because I'm feeling less confident that my teal idea was so great. But it'll be all right. And I'm going to use wet strength tissue, number one, because it's super strong and will pull up all of these layers of paints. But number two, it's because it's the biggest size paper I have, really. So that's on, wet layers on. Ta-da, ta-da. Let's put the wet strength tissue on and hopefully we won't put too many crinkles on it, but nothing's a guarantee when you're working on this size plate. Love working on this size plate because it's just so big. Basically, my mum said to me this morning when I was showing her a shorts that I had made, why do you like that plate? I said, because it's so big. It's a lot of fun. And she says, but it looks difficult. Oh, well. The paper's on. Maybe it's a little difficult to handle. I absolutely love it. And it's only my second time of using this plate. So there we go. That is on now with turquoise mostly and a little bit of turquoisey bronze at the bottom because I chickened out. And I'm hoping that one of those colours is going to look amazing. Give it a little massage. Now I am going to have to leave it for a little while because this layer has to dry completely to pull up all of those other paint layers. So while this is drying, I'm going to pull out the prints, have a look at them. Let's add some more layers to them. I'm going to get my gelatos out because I haven't used them for ages. And we're going to fill in some of the spaces on those prints with some more beautiful colours. Righto, I'll just push this over on the table a little bit and let's see if the prints are dry enough. Right, so here are my fabulous gelatos and what I love about them is they're so direct. I mean, you could do this with anything. Watercolor crayons, colored pencils, watercolor pencils. You could do it with Posca pens. You could really use anything that you have. Pull it out of the cupboard and slap it on the paper. But I love these because they're direct, they're beautiful colors. You put them with water, they become like paint. What's not to love? They look like lipstick really, which is pretty funny to me. I haven't used them a great deal, but I have played with them a little with my Skillshare class and I really like them. So let's have a little play, put some color on the paper now that they're a lot drier. See, look at that, straight on, easy peasy. This one is the Japanese sketch pad paper. Well, look at that side. That's pretty cool too. It handled the beautiful printing pretty well. I'm loving it. We could just add a little bit of color, make it beautiful, fill in the blanks, and there it is, a gorgeous print. So easy. This one is the Chinese rice paper, and it's just beautiful. It's absorbed the paint really well. Loving the textures and the colors. Look how fabulous that looks. Just glorious. What a great painting. On paper, of course. Look at the back. You can see all the rice paper textures on the back there. Oh, just loving. And of course, you could add some of the other paints that you were already using. What about a bit of spritzer? Little spritzer of bronze shimmer. Everything's better with bronze shimmer. I'm just loving it. The prints are beautiful. And it was so much fun creating them. a look at my beautiful prints, you may not actually be able to see how glorious they are. The colours are incredible. I'm so happy with them. I absolutely love the gelatos. They're so easy to use. They're so direct, they're so creamy and buttery, and they have a beautiful pearlescent quality. Don't you think they look rather a little like lipstick? Just love them. Each one of these prints are absolutely beautiful. They look like glorious abstract paintings, which of course, you know, makes me really happy. They're all completely different, even though they're similar colors. They got fabulous textures and marks. This one's still a little bit damp on the Chinese rice paper. That idea turned out really well. Thank you for the inspiration this week, Libby. I've had so much fun creating these prints, and it's so endless, the possibilities. Now, do you think the other one is ready to pull up? Has it been long enough? I don't know, man. I'm quite good at pulling them up too quick, but I think we'll give it a go. Let's have a look and see if it's going to come off the plate. Now, ideally, it's probably better to wait overnight if you're going to pull a print with this many layers of thick paint and different kinds of paints, and especially being so big. But I'm not a patient person, so I think we just try. If it doesn't pull up, I'll stop and we'll wait till tomorrow. But let's give it a try. I'm so busting to see how it looks. Oh, it's coming up. It's coming up quite well, actually, especially for my brand new Gelli plate. This is a really good test for it. Oh, the turquoise doesn't look too bad. Yes, I was a little concerned that perhaps my idea was just too rash, but it's coming up beautiful off the plate. Couple of little bits there, but that's nothing, especially since we sprayed it with spray paint. I'm really happy to see that the spray paint has come off the plate. Now remember, it's an acrylic spray paint, not an enamel. So, oopsies, stuck there. Just picked that off, but we're not doing too badly. I don't think I would try an enamel paint because that could be pushing it just a little too far. But we've done okay. Look how clean our plate is. And there's the beautiful print in living colour. The teal colour wasn't too bad underneath. You can only see little pieces of it anyway. Let's have a look and see if we can see where the spray paint is. Look how big it is. It's a huge size plate. So much fun. You can probably see the texture on it if you look really close to find the gold. But there it is. It pulled off just fine. What a great test for that plate, just saying. Loving my other prints. They all look beautiful. So happy with today's experiment. And it was a whole lot of fun. Now, if you want more information, have a look in the description under the video. There's way more information there. There's also discount codes. And don't forget to come and join me on Foil Art Fluid, because I'd love to have your support and your company on my absolutely brand new YouTube channel. We'll be creating abstract paintings, acrylic paintings, pouring, fluid art, all sorts of fun, glorious, thick and luscious paintings. I absolutely love it. Thanks for joining me today, and I hope to see you again next time in the studio.